Hello everyone, I'm Todd Agostini, the sales manager at Cherry Hill Classic Saab, and I'm here with Ryan Emke from SaabHistory.com. Ryan, it's great to be here. And I'm here with the man of the hour, and that's Mike Colleran, the COO and president of the newly formed Saab Cars North America. Mike, thanks for being here. It's great to see you.
Todd, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Nice. We're here live on the floor at the New York City Auto Show. And 12 months ago, we were here interviewing a gentleman named Steve Shannon, and the whole show had a whole different tone to it. It was like you would go to a stand and people wouldn't talk. The American taxpayer is being talked about a buyout of this large company, and Saab was nowhere. Now here we are 12 months later. It's two companies later. There's a lineup, there's exciting things happening, and now you're man in the helmet. It's great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. And I will echo that the attitude and the feel of the show this year is so much different than last year. There's a lot of optimism, not just here at the Saab stand, obviously.
Right, that's great. Now, with this whole restructuring, there's been several companies that have been talked about in the mix. There's been lots of names thrown around. I'd really just like for customers to be able to know exactly right from you, who are the usual suspects, so to speak, or what is the level of who's actually driving this new ship?
You're talking about in Saab Cars North America?
Cars North America.
Within my organization, a very experienced team. The average Saab, it's only 45 people. So if you think about that in the context of the old Saab Automobile USA, which had over 150 people, we're going to be much leaner. We're going to be a lean, mean fighting machine at 45, and we'll have a much lower cost structure, which is absolutely essential to making this business plan work. And it's not at the cost of experience. Average Saab experience on the team, in those 45 people, 10 years of Saab, direct Saab experience. Okay. Average automotive experience, over 20 years. So you do a little bit of math there, I'm sure some of the viewers have already figured it out. That's 450 years of Saab experience on a 45-man team.
Anything we can expect about, just talk about the pipeline of product, talk about what's coming to market.
Yeah, 4 new cars in the next 16 months. We kick off with the 93X, which will be arriving by the end of April.
Oh, that's right.
The good news is that we're seeing convertibles and right now starting to land already. So the 2010s have already hit some dealerships. That'll be quickly followed by the sedans, the combis, and again the 93Xs. We're very excited about the 93X. I think it's a great addition, especially in some of our core markets where that crossover kind of feel, more SUV type of wagon is a more desired part of the buyers. So that will do well in the Northeast, I think, very well. That'll be followed in the summer by the new 9.5 sedan. Okay. Sometime in July, we'll see that in showrooms.
Oh, July.
Then we'll start to see the 94X coming in early 2011. Okay. And then it'll be followed in 2012 by an all-new 9.3 and all the variants. And stay tuned there. I think we'll see some special things.
Stay tuned. We got stuff to talk about now. Can the customer expect their existing dealer to continue to be bringing them into these new products?
Yeah, we invited all 218 dealers to come along and participate in the new company. Not all accepted. There were a few, it was a long journey.
Right.
And I think there were a few that just couldn't get to the final day, unfortunately. It's sad, but we knew there were a few that were going to fall out. So we invited 218 to come along. 202 have accepted the invitation, and so that's what our dealer count is at now. And Saab customers can go to those dealers and get their warranty work handled, or their customer pay work.
Is it only to be suspected that Saab is going to be trending up market?
I think the product line it's not so much about going up market as it is we're expanding the market. Clearly, we've needed to be a little bit more available on the top end. The current 9.5 was, or I should say really the old 9.5, didn't really reach high enough up to grab a consumer that we'd like to get, and that's that Audi A6, S80, 5 Series customer.
Okay.
Now with the new 9.5, you can clearly see that vehicle can reach that consumer. So we're very proud about that. We also have the opportunity as well, going forward, looking into our product line. Do we want to go, I don't want to say down market, but expand our market on the lower end is probably a better way to say that. Is there room in that segment for a viable entry? And I think the answer is yes, there is. It's got to be done right. It can't just be a smaller version, because I think we've seen that those just smaller versions of current vehicles probably don't do as well as those manufacturers have hoped. But if you can find an iconic design something that takes a blend of the past and reflects your heritage, and it's authentic. And you can combine that with future technology and all the things that luxury customers desire. I think you can find some volume there, and I think we can make a credible entry. And we've heard talk about it from Saab senior leadership, and it's not in the business plan now, but we sure would be excited about getting there.
Right, so it sounds like each individual car will matter on its own instead of just being a burden. During all these interviews, and SaabHistory.com did a great job during the whole transition here, bringing a lot of these things to you. It's been repeatedly heard from Victor Muller, the new chairman now of Spiker and Saab. He's used this word entrepreneurship, and he's reflected it numerous times in how he's bringing these new cars to market and what he's going to be doing with Saab. And it sounds like this is all being implemented now. How can this word and the spirit of entrepreneurship we hear from him, how will that have a tangible benefit to the Saab customer, and is it giving you any clue as to exactly how it's going to be integrating that in?
Yeah, I think it means, it's kind of derived from the independence itself. Saab is now independent. It has a lot more room to determine its own future and its own direction. And that, if you're entrepreneurial in that environment, it means, I think, really good things. It means you stay authentic to the brand, and we can return this brand to its Swedish roots and what it was meant to be, but still obviously with an eye to the future. I think it also allows us, it frees us up to get our structural costs down, to get into partnerships like, frankly, we've had a history of doing with various companies out there. We've partnered with NSU and Ford and Lancia and British Leyland. So we can get involved in those kind of partnerships, drive our structural costs down, and frankly, at the same time, bring a freshness to design, and that gets into some really exciting areas that I know all the viewers they're thinking about, and obviously there's no way for me to talk about today.
Right.
But I want to leave that impression in their heads.
Well, anybody thinking about design doesn't have to go much further than this beautiful.
I'm glad you said it, because I love it.
The car is absolutely. It looks great. It looks like what it should be, and that's a modern interpretation of what the 9.5 is and what a 9.5 buyer was, 10, 12 years ago. Now he gets a fresh interpretation of that, and the car is just absolutely dynamic. So there's current design here now that's relevant to what we're doing, and it's really important. It looks great. Anything else in more of a grassroots type of level like this that you would like to say to previous Saab customers, current Saab customers, and people that are looking at the brand that are going to see a video like this, to help them know that this is definitely a brand to stay attached to and to look out for?
Yeah, I'd love to do that. If I can make it over to music here. We got all kinds of stuff going on. It's the auto show, of course.
Right.
So my apologies for all the background noise. I think Saab's independence is going to allow us to do a lot of very special things. And one of the things I must say is that when this sales process was at its lowest hour, and the prospects were the dimmest, it was our customers that came to the rescue, and our dealers as well. They said, save Saab. They asked General Motors, they pleaded, they talked to their congressmen, their local politicians. There were rallies held all across the U.S. and across the globe. And clearly, yes, it was combined efforts of Victor and General Motors, but it was a team effort. And I really believe that our customers and our dealers made the difference. You made the difference in bringing this deal to fruition. So come back and see us. We've got a lot of great products. It's something that we've been missing for some time. We're returning to our Swedish roots. We just announced yesterday that we've got leasing back, which was a primary retail sales tool for us. And frankly, it was 50% of our sales loss right out of the gate. It was just in lease, not all the other things going on. So combine that with all those things and a price reduction for this year, I think it's a good time to come down to your local Saab dealership.
It really does. It sounds very exciting. Thank you very much for giving us the time today. We really appreciate it. We appreciate what you've done. It's just been a whirlwind year for you, and you guys have done great, and it looks like you came out on top. So it's everything to be proud of. So
thanks, Todd. Thank you for your time.